He faked being in a coma for months, but when he heard his nurse's confession, everything changed. Mia Reynolds was a bright, dedicated nurse who gave it her all at the busy city hospital. No matter how long her shifts were or how difficult the cases were, she tackled them all head-on. But lately, money had been tight. She poured every penny she had into trying to save her grandmother's life, and now her own health insurance was at risk. She didn't want to quit her job, though. It was more than just a job for her. Her dream was to start her own free clinic one day where everyone in the community could get the care they needed without worrying about insurance or payments. One day, a new patient was admitted to the hospital, Ethan Caldwell. He suffered from a rare autoimmune disease. While his condition wasn't life-threatening, he needed extensive care. As it turned out, Mia was assigned to his case. Right from the start, something about him felt familiar, like she had known him in another life, but she couldn't quite place it. As weeks went by, Ethan seemed to take a turn for the worse. One night, while other nurses were gossiping about his deteriorating condition, Mia noticed that Ethan's eyes flickered open. Had he been awake the whole time? Why hadn't he called for help? She couldn't understand it, but she knew she had to keep it a secret. If anyone found out that Ethan was faking his symptoms, he would be kicked out of the hospital. Over time, Mia grew fond of Ethan. Despite his wealth, he was humble and treated her with kindness, often buying her coffee or pastries. It was clear that he was grateful for her care. But what was he hiding? Meanwhile, the hospital was in turmoil. The director, Dr. Harper, was determined to cut costs. She had been eyeing the spacious rehabilitation wing for closure, which meant some patients, including Ethan, would have to leave. Dr. Harper personally informed Ethan about the downsizing plan, saying it was for his own good. "You need to go to a smaller facility where you can get more personalized attention," she said. But Ethan wasn't convinced. He had overheard Dr. Harper talking about using the empty beds for more profitable patients. He realized he was being kept there for financial reasons, so he decided to play along. He pretended to agree with Dr. Harper and made plans to transfer to a different hospital. However, he had no intention of leaving. When Mia found out, she was shocked, but seeing how much it upset him, she promised to help. Together, they devised a plan. Mia would pretend to be worried about Ethan's health and try to convince Dr. Harper to let him stay. At first, it went well. Dr. Harper seemed convinced by Mia's acting skills, but then she noticed that Ethan was faking his symptoms. In a private conversation, Dr. Harper threatened to call security unless Ethan agreed to leave. But Ethan stood firm. "I won't leave until I know my family isn't trying to kill me." At that moment, Mia realized Ethan wasn't just pretending to be sick. He genuinely believed his life was in danger. This realization changed everything for Mia. She began questioning whether Ethan was the kind of person she thought he was. Was he selfish and manipulative, or was he just misunderstood? Days passed, and the tension between Ethan and Dr. Harper grew. Finally, Dr. Harper snapped. She ordered security to forcibly remove Ethan from the hospital. As they dragged him away, Ethan yelled, "You'll regret this, Dr. Harper." With that, he was gone. Later that evening, Mia found Ethan sitting alone in a park. "Why did you put up such a fight?" she asked him. "My family is after my money. I'm the only one who knows I faked being in a coma for months. They all think I'm dead. I had to do it to find out who among them was trying to profit from my death. Turns out it was my own sister, Vanessa." Mia was stunned by the revelation. She had never imagined that someone could be so cruel. The next day, Dr. Harper confronted Mia about helping Ethan escape. "Do you know what trouble you've gotten us into?" she demanded. "I had to help him." Dr. Harper's plan was heartless. "Don't lecture me about heartlessness. You don't know anything about me," Dr. Harper snapped back. "Actually, I think I do," Mia said. She handed Dr. Harper an envelope. "This contains recordings of our conversations regarding Ethan's transfer. It also has details about Vanessa's involvement in a drug smuggling ring. If you really cared about the hospital, you wouldn't try to kick out a paying patient. Not to mention, you almost had a hand in causing the death of a young man who was nothing but polite to you." Dr. Harper was speechless. She had underestimated Mia. Meanwhile, Ethan and Mia visited the police station to file a complaint against Vanessa. Just as Mia stepped forward to talk to the officer, a woman rushed in, breathless. "Is Ethan Caldwell here?" she asked. When they heard her voice, both Ethan and Mia were taken aback. It was none other than Vanessa. "Ethan demanded, I received a tip that you were here. I had to come and see for myself," Vanessa replied, her eyes filled with tears. "Is it true that you're alive?" "Yes, it's true. But why did you try to kill me?" Vanessa hesitated. I didn't mean to. I swear. Mom and Dad forced me into it. They promised to share the inheritance with me if I convinced you to sign over your shares of the company. But I couldn't go through with it. I'm sorry, Ethan." Ethan stared at her in disbelief. He had never thought his sister was capable of such betrayal. Just then, Mia stepped forward. "Leave him alone, Vanessa. You're lucky the police are here. Maybe now you'll finally face the consequences of your actions." Vanessa broke down in tears. "I'm sorry, Mia. I never meant to hurt you or Ethan." As the police took Vanessa away, Mia turned to Ethan. "You don't have to pretend anymore. You can tell them the truth now." Ethan looked at Mia, a surprised one. What do you mean? You don't have to pretend that you're still sick. You can tell them you're fine and recover in peace. It took Ethan a moment to understand what Mia was suggesting. He realized that he had become so consumed with his family's greed that he had forgotten about the most important thing, his health. You're right, Mia. Thank you for reminding me, Ethan said, a smile spreading across his face. Later that day, Ethan called a press conference. He revealed his plan to sell his shares of the company and donate the proceeds to charity. He also exposed his family's scheme to embezzle his fortune. To his surprise, his parents and sister showed up, begging for forgiveness. But Ethan was firm in his decision. He told them that they had betrayed him and broken his trust, and he would never forgive them. As for Mia, she became a local hero. Everyone in the community praised her for helping expose the Caldwell family. She also gained recognition from the hospital administration for standing up against Dr. Harper. An award was named in her honor, given annually to the hospital staff member who demonstrated exceptional bravery. One day, Mia was reviewing the proposals for the upcoming year's Mia Reynolds Award. When she saw a familiar name, Dr. Harper, she had applied for the award, citing her efforts to reduce hospital expenses and improve patient care. Mia couldn't believe it. Dr. Harper was actually trying to make a positive impact. She decided to meet with Dr. Harper and express her concerns. To her surprise, Dr. Harper admitted that she had made mistakes in the past, but she was trying to make amends. I know I messed up with you and Ethan, but I'm trying to do better. Please give me another chance, Dr. Harper said, her voice trembling. After much deliberation, Mia decided to forgive her. She understood that everyone deserved a second chance. News of the Caldwell family's deceit spread like wildfire. The public was shocked and outraged. Vanessa's reputation was ruined. She couldn't find work anywhere and was forced to sell her luxurious home at a huge loss. Meanwhile, Ethan made a full recovery. He returned to work and focused on expanding his business. He became a mentor to young entrepreneurs, sharing his knowledge and experience. He also became more involved in charity work, donating millions to various causes close to his heart. As for Mia, she continued working at the hospital, caring for her patients. She never forgot the importance of compassion and empathy in nursing. She also used her platform to raise awareness about health issues in underserved communities. One evening, Mia and Ethan met for coffee. It had been years since they first met, but their bond remained strong. They reminisced about the old times and marveled at how far they had come. I'll never forget what you did for me. Mia, you saved me from a life of misery and regret, Ethan said, his voice filled with gratitude. No, Ethan, you were the one who saved me. You taught me that even in the darkest of times, hope can prevail, Mia replied, smiling. As they sat there chatting, both of them knew that their paths had crossed for a reason. They had helped each other grow and become better versions of themselves, and for that, they would be forever grateful.